Hi guys, shooting for fun here. Today we're going to continue on in our basic clean and disassembly series here. The last one that we did was our Glock 17. This one is a little bit bigger version. This is our Glock 34. It's our long barrel. It's about a 5.5-inch barrel. It's a 9mm. It is comparable to the actual 17 long version. It's about the same size as that. This one was made specifically for target shooting, competition type shooting. It's made with the parameters that fit inside the box there that they use for the competition shooting. Okay. And with the 17 there, I did just a basic clean. With this one, we're going to show you how to disassemble the full slide to take out your extractor and your firing pin and clean all of that as well. So this one's going to be a little more lengthy in instruction there, but it's going to show you how to do the main part of it there, and which it does get fairly dirty in there. Okay. First thing you want to do is you take out your mag, and this does take the same round as the Glock 17 and magazines. They'll fit into this 34. They do make a this is a 17 round. They do make I think there's a 33 round that's out there, and I have a couple of those as well. And they extend about this far past the gun, so it does make it look a little awkward, but it does give you them extra shots, if you're out there. Okay. And we want to rack our slide, make sure that we don't have anything in the chamber. And again, you do want to squeeze your trigger. It releases part of the slide there. I grab it like this and I pull backwards on it, and you can hear it click a little bit. We'll pull down on those front slide releases, and again the slide will just come back off. Okay. Now this polymer frame is the same as the Glock 17. I could take this 34 slide, stick it on my 17 frame, boom, there you go. Okay, they're interchangeable. And it is one of the features that I do like about the Glocks. The magazines are pretty much interchangeable. The slides are pretty much interchangeable. I mean, the frame is a standard. The 17, the 34, they are a basic type of frame there that will work multiple different guns in the 9mm range. Okay. Difference is our slide, the actual slide recoil spring is the same as the Glock 17. But the only difference is longer barrel. Okay. Now you notice a part of the slide is cut out where you can still see the barrel. Okay. And basically some of the internal parts there for a little bit. But it's basically done that just for weight purposes, because it does have the extra weight of the barrel, so they cut out part of this to kind of compensate for the weight. Okay. Now this one has the standard sights here. They are adjusted for windage, but not elevation. Okay. So what we'll do is I always like to start with the barrel. Now this one's going to be, you're going to see where it's going to be fairly dirty, because this is the last one that I just shot recently. That's why I wanted to wait to do the extended teardown on this one. Okay, so we run our snake through our barrel here, and we'll run it through a couple times. We want to make sure that our barrel is good and clean. Okay. And what I like to do is I'll take my liquid rim oil here and just do along the sides. Like I said, what this mainly does is it gets off any residual. If you notice, right up underneath of this barrel here, look at how dirty that was, right? Just on that part of the barrel. Okay. Next is we'll go to our slide. And before we do this, we want to show you how to take down your slide. Now you can use a couple of different things. Some people use a pin. What I use is this is a Phillips screwdriver. It's a very small, thin, almost like a jeweler's screwdriver. And right up underneath of our firing pin here, there's a little plastic piece. Okay. Now this is kind of a two-handed operation here. So what I do is I get up underneath the here. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, but I get up underneath the here, and you push down on that plastic piece. And then I slide my thumb out to slide this back plate off. Now you do have the spring there for the extractor there, so you gotta watch them, make sure that don't pop out. So I just hold my thumb over the top of it as I slide the back plate off. And now with that, you can remove your firing pin. You can move the spring there for your extractor rod there. And now this part, what I'll do is I'll just take something and you just push in on that. And you see how the extractor fell out? Now this bottom part here has a little spring on it. So you got to be really careful not to lose that little spring. It's a little bitty jobber. Okay. So now you have your firing pin, your extractor, everything taken out of your slide. It's just a basic piece of metal slide now. Okay. So now what I do is I'll take my Q-tips and you can run it up inside of your slide there. And I'll run it inside of where my trigger release is. Then I'll run it up inside of where my extractor goes. And as you see, it does get this Q-tip pretty dirty. So you'll go through several Q-tips during this clean. Like I said, it does get pretty dirty up in there. And I just go through my slide just like I normally would. There we go. Once you get your slide done, then I go through and I'll clean my individual components. Now this extractor right up in here where the little notch is there will actually get, you look at it, it gets pretty dirty. Now normally I didn't used to clean these every time I shot, but once I cleaned it, I found out how dirty it was. So you can tell it's even getting the dirt off of my finger. Look at how dirty that's getting. That's just from your extractor. Okay. So now, once I realized that, and I shot it again, and I ran about probably 75 rounds through this guy. And you can see how dirty it gets just with that 17 rounds or 75 rounds going through it. So now when I do my basic cleaning, I also include doing this as well. And I clean the firing pin. Now what I usually don't do is at the end of this, it's just a plastic cap holding there that holds the spring and compression there. I usually don't grease that because, number one, it's plastic, it's going to slide, and you don't really want a bunch of oil and stuff on there that could trap dirt and could keep it from sliding as well. So I don't normally grease that because it also could cause it to break down as well. And then I'll just clean my extractor spring here. Now this part, you notice one end is metal, the other end is plastic. The metal, it always goes metal to metal, plastic to plastic. So when I put this back in, this metal part will go down where it actually hits the extractor. The plastic part will be up by where the cap is. Okay. Now this little guy here, this firing pin safety here, you want to be careful of it because it is, number one, small, and this spring is even smaller. You want to be careful that you don't lose these guys. Okay. Now, once you get everything, the slide and everything taken apart and cleaned, you can go ahead and start reassembling your slide. Okay. So what I normally do first is I put my extractor back in. Now notice there's a square end which has the actual little clip that actually does the extracting, and it's got a little round part. The little round part always goes in towards the back first. I just kind of hold that in place. I'll put my firing pin safety in there. You push it in a little bit and it'll hold that piece in. Now I put my rod back in. And I put my firing pin back in. And now, what you do is you gotta be careful here. You don't want to compress these parts and have them. Then, what I usually do is I usually take an ink pen. It's plastic. It's not gonna hurt this. And I'll put it on this plastic part of my firing pin, and it pushes down. And I'll take my slide here, the back plate, and I get it started up in there. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll slide it up to where my other extractor guide is, and then I'll push down on it and push it the rest of the way up. And it snaps back in. Okay. Now you've got your slide back reassembled there. You can put your barrel back in. Put your recoil spring back in. And you've got your slide reassembled. Now all you do is you have your frame left to clean. Like I said, I run it along these rails there to just to give them a nice little coating there, just to where everything functions good. You don't have to drowned it in oil or anything like that. And we just want to make sure we get a good little coat on everything here. Now, you can see how dirty that gets, right? Pretty dirty. Okay. Like I said, you'll go through several Q-tips on this. Now here is the dirtiest part. This is right in behind that, the trigger piece here. And if you notice, just look how black that is. Look at how dirty that is. Okay. Like I said, this is being cleaned before the last time it was shot, so it's only had 75 rounds through it. And look how dirty. Okay. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to split this video here. Kind of ran a little long on this one because we did do the extended cleaning of the slide with the firing pin and everything. Okay, so what you want to do is we're going to finish up on our slide here, or I'm sorry, on our frame. And we're going to make sure that we just got a nice little coating on there. Now what I do is I pull that forward to where I can get in behind that piece. And then when you pull the trigger back, it releases this back again. Like I said, that is one of the most dirtiest spots right there. As you can see, we've gone through probably 3 Q-tips on that part. Okay. So now we're ready to reassemble. We take our slide, line it up here, and there you go. You're back in business. Right? Then I always do a wipe down because if you have any, I usually have some oil left on my hands and things like that, and I'll always just wipe it down really good. Get any residual off of there. And like some people do, and I like to do, and a lot of people don't do it, is when I get done, I will clean my mags as well, because that does hold the bullets and it does up around there when it fires. So it does get some little residual on there as well. So I just want to make sure that my magazines get cleaned off as well. It aids in the loading, you know, if they start getting caked up with stuff and with the oil and everything like that and the gunpowder and all this, you know, it can interfere with the loading process there. Then once you reload your mags, put your mag back in and you're ready to go again. Okay. This is our Glock 34. Okay. It's an excellent gun. It's very accurate. It has a longer barrel, a little more weight to it. So there's not as much recoil, so it is, you know, great for accuracy, for target shooting. You could probably hunt with this thing as well, you know, if you got your nice sight on there, you know. And it's an excellent gun. If you want something with the longer gun, it does have the 17 round, and it will fit the 33 round extended mags as well. It's a great shooting gun. Like I said, you get the reliability of the Glock. You just can't go wrong. This is our Glock 34 series, guys. Thanks for watching.